Okay, good morning. Today we're going to be putting up our corners, and we're going to be looking at how the corners go in, how they're secured, how they're braced. We're going to look at the outside corners on this mock-up shed that we're going to be doing inside here, and we're going to go out into onto the job site, and we're going to look at the men putting the corners in, how they're bracing them, securing them. We're going to look at blocking for various reasons, and we're going to look at how you tackle an inside corner. Okay, so let's get to it. So to get us started on the corner here, a couple of key things to remember. I've got my nailer for nailing the braces in. I've got my braces ready to go. I've got my corner. Now, one key thing you have to remember is this corner here, as you can see, my base plate is mitered. So I can put a corner in any one of these because the corners are made so they're multi-directional. So they can put one corner fits every design. There's no left or right. As you can see, it's got a piece of 2x6 here that flashes into the corner, and it's got a tab. And what the tab is for is the tab is to be used to screw the corner down to. Okay, so we're going to screw the corner down to this. I've got my bracing ready to go. It's cut. I've got my nailer. I have to go grab my level because we have to plumb it. So I'm going to screw it in place here. Using 2 screws. So as you can see, I'm verifying that this is level 2 directions. And I'm going to do all 4 of these corners the same way. Understanding that I have to be plumb both directions, and I'll plumb all 4 corners, but I'll double check measuring bottom measurement and top measurement to ensure that we're running parallel as well. Because we don't want the walls to be in or out. We want them to be parallel with each other to make sure our building is square and true. Okay, so with the corner here, one thing to keep an eye on is making sure that your 2x6 here in the track of the base plate, make sure it's out as far as you can go and this way, because that ensures that this outside edge, based on this design, is my outside edge is flush with the floor system. So now that we have all 4 corners up, key notes: our bracing is up on both corners. We've got all 4 corners in. As you can see, each one rotates. We're making sure that the 2x6 that it goes into the groove of the base plate is in place and it's outside, so everything's flush to the outside edge of this floor system. Also, keep in mind, now if we have a house where we're offsetting this and we're putting insulation around the floor system, what we do is, for the brace here, we'll actually put a block down here to extend this out further so it doesn't interfere with the block that we're installing when we build the walls. Okay. Also, I'm going to measure my inside measurement here to ensure that I'm running parallel. And according to this, we're going to be fine as far as width goes. And so in other words, I'm going to measure the bottom and I'm going to measure the top to make sure everything's parallel and running true. And if not, I'll make those adjustments prior to putting the OSBLOCK in place. So other than that, now we are ready to put our wall system together now that we have our 4 corners. Keep in mind, when we look at these, as you can see, we've got tabs here. So when we go to put the wall system together, each one of these is row, so we bend that down, and that's what secures the corner to the block itself. As you can see, I'll put a block here to give you an idea. So if I put this block in place here now, remember the flush has to go outward, and this will be put in place, and that tab will be bent down and screwed into the groove. Okay? And that's how we start installing. So that'll be on our next session. As a recap, when we're putting the corners in place, making sure that they're tight to the outside edge in the groove, make sure your 2x6 is secured by the tab, and we put 2 screws in. We're using 2.5-inch screws into the base plate. We're gonna put supports in. Remember, we plumb both directions, and then we double check measuring top and bottom to make sure everything's parallel. Keep in mind that when we go into the corners, now on an inside corner, that's something we haven't talked about yet. The inside corner that we have is, as you can see in this video here, when we're on while we're on site, the inside corner, because sometimes we don't have a building that's got 4 square walls, we have an inside corner. So the corner has to be reversed and put backwards so it faces into the building, is how it's installed. And we'll be looking at that. And as you can see, the guys, what they're doing is they are installing it on the inside corner, and they do everything the same way. It's just that it faces inward, as you can see. But again, allowing, because of the block is being offset and they're putting insulation around the perimeter of that home, that they're allowing to put blocking in top and bottom for the bracing to allow for the OSBLOCK to not be obstructed when it comes to installing the wall system. So this was today's lesson on how to install the corners. I hope you enjoyed this, and remember, building a better future with today's technology. We'll see you next time.